Uncles and aunties, avocados really are a gift from nature, creamy rich, and people say they're great for the heart for blood pressure. But I've seen plenty of patients who thought avocados are super healthy. I can't go wrong, only to find that a few small mistakes ended up having a big impact on their health. One lady once told me that just because she left pre-cut avocado sitting out on the table for a few hours, her whole family ended up in the hospital with stomach pain. I want you to picture this. A fruit that seems completely harmless can actually cause allergies, weight gain, or even interact with your daily medications if eaten the wrong way. In this video, I'm going to share with you 9 common mistakes people make when eating avocados, and how to enjoy them safely while still savoring every bite. And please subscribe to the channel so you never miss these valuable health stories and tips. Sometimes we think it's just an avocado, thick skin, clean fruit, nothing to worry about, but the truth isn't so simple. I had a patient in his 60s, healthy and careful with his diet. One day he bought some perfectly ripe avocados, cut them up, and a few hours later, the whole family had stomach aches and mild fevers. Lab tests showed food-borne bacteria, and the culprit was that innocent-looking avocado. The avocado's bumpy skin is like a wool sweater. Every little groove can be a cozy hiding spot for bacteria like E. coli or Salmonella. If you cut into it without washing, your knife can drag those uninvited guests right into the flesh. And the scary part is, these bacteria won't make the avocado smell bad or taste sour, so you won't suspect a thing. So please remember, before cutting, wash the avocado under running water for at least 30 seconds. And if you have a soft brush, scrub it gently. It sounds simple, but this step has saved many of my patients from unnecessary bouts of diarrhea and food poisoning. And one more thing. Once it's cut, don't leave it sitting out. Ripe, nutrient-rich avocado is a perfect buffet for bacteria at room temperature. In just over an hour, the bacterial count can double. Eat it right away or store it in an airtight container in the fridge and finish within 2 to 3 days. Caring for your health isn't just about taking medicine or exercising. Sometimes it starts with small habits like washing an avocado. Don't underestimate it, because those tiny acts can protect you from big risks. Now, the second mistake people make with avocados comes from a thought that seems harmless. Avocados are healthy, so eating more can't hurt. I've had patients fall into this trap. One man in his mid-50s had a big avocado smoothie every morning, half an avocado in a salad at lunch, and more with yogurt at night. Within a few months, his weight was up by nearly 4 kilograms, and his blood sugar started creeping up. Avocados are nutrient-rich, good fats, fiber, vitamins, but they're also calorie-dense. A large avocado can have over 300 calories, equal to a whole snack meal. If you add avocado without cutting back on other calorie-heavy foods, those calories quietly stack up, and your waistline grows without you noticing. The right portion. About 1/3 of a medium avocado, around 50 green, giving you 80–100 calories. If you want to eat it daily, swap it in for another fat source like cheese or salad dressing instead of just adding it on top. The third mistake is something many don't even consider. Cross-reactive allergies between avocado and latex, known as latex fruit syndrome. I've seen this often in my 30+ years as a doctor, especially in people who've worked in healthcare or service jobs and handled latex gloves often. One of my patients, a former nurse in her 60s, loved avocados. One day, right after eating half an avocado, her lips started itching, her throat felt scratchy, and within 20 minutes her lips swelled, she struggled to breathe, and red rashes covered her body. Thankfully, she got to the ER in time. The diagnosis: latex avocado cross-reaction. Why does this happen? Avocados have proteins similar to those in natural latex. For someone allergic to latex, The immune system mistakes the avocado proteins for the same enemy and reacts mildly with itching or severely with anaphylaxis, which can be life-threatening. Many people don't even know they have a latex allergy until they react during a medical procedure or after eating certain fruits like avocado banana or kiwi. Older adults tend to have more severe reactions because their immune systems aren't as strong. If you've ever had mild allergic symptoms with avocado, like an itchy mouth or throat discomfort, stop eating it and see an allergy specialist. Don't brush it off. Allergies often get worse with each exposure. So if you know you're allergic to latex, avoid avocado unless your doctor advises otherwise. And if you experience shortness of breath, dizziness, or full-body hives after eating it, call emergency services immediately. We all want a healthy diet, but sometimes the foods we think are safe can carry hidden risks. Understanding your body and listening to its signals will help you enjoy avocado's rich flavor while keeping yourself safe. If you've ever had a strange reaction after eating avocado, share it in the comments. Your story could be a valuable warning for someone else in our community. Mistake number 4. When eating avocados, my friends, comes from something that sounds good at first, when they're too tasty and too ripe. Overripe avocados can actually be risky. Many people think the riper the avocado, the softer, creamier, and easier it is to eat. But here's what I want you to know. When avocados get overripe, their histamine levels can rise significantly. For sensitive people, this can trigger red rashes, itchiness, headaches, nasal congestion, or just an overall uncomfortable feeling. I once had a patient in her 50s who loved avocado smoothies. She told me that whenever her avocados got soft and mushy, she thought, "That's perfect, extra creamy." But every time she finished a big glass, her face would flush. Her skin would break out in rashes, and she'd have a dull headache. At first, she blamed the weather. But after I asked more questions, we figured out the pattern. It happened only when she ate overripe avocados. Think about it. Histamine is something our bodies naturally produce, and it's also found in certain foods. If you eat too many histamine-rich foods, especially if your body doesn't break it down well, the excess can cause allergy-like reactions. Younger, healthier people might not notice much, but for older folks, when the liver, kidneys, and immune system aren't as strong, these reactions can be more obvious and much more uncomfortable. So how can you avoid this? When buying avocados, pick ones that are just ripe, slightly soft when you press gently evenly colored skin, and not mushy or blackened. Once they're ripe, eat them within 1 to 2 days. Don't wait until the flesh turns dark brown or starts smelling fermented. If you've ever had itching rashes or headaches after eating overripe avocado, it's best to avoid overly soft ones altogether. Friends' health often comes down to small details. A little carelessness when picking fruit can cost you days of discomfort, or even a trip to the medicine cabinet. Let avocado be a joy. Sweet, creamy, and safe. Not an experience you remember for the wrong reasons. If you've ever had this happen, share it in the comments. You never know. Your story might help someone figure out what's been bothering them. Mistake number 5, when eating avocados, is something more hidden, but potentially serious. Interactions with medication. Sounds surprising, but I've seen many patients whose medication stopped working, or even backfired, just because they changed their avocado eating habits. I remember an elderly patient in his 70s with a heart condition who took blood thinners daily. He never ate avocados, but after hearing friends praise them for heart health, he started eating them almost every day. Within a month, he was back with chest discomfort. His blood test showed unstable clotting levels. The reason avocados contain vitamin K, which directly affects blood thinners. When vitamin K levels suddenly change, the prescribed dosage no longer works as intended, increasing the risk of dangerous clots or, on the flip side, uncontrollable bleeding. That's not all. Avocados are loaded with potassium, even more than bananas by weight. For people on blood pressure medications like ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics, eating too much avocado can raise potassium levels, hyperkalemia. This can cause irregular heartbeat, muscle weakness, or even cardiac arrest if not caught in time. For people with diabetes, there's another twist. The healthy fats and fiber in avocados can help stabilize blood sugar, but they also slow down the absorption of certain oral diabetes medications. Some patients noticed unpredictable blood sugar swings after adding avocado to their daily diet, never suspecting the avocado was the cause. See, avocados are healthy, but healthy doesn't mean safe for everyone, especially for those on long-term medication. If you're taking blood thinners, blood pressure meds, heart medications, or diabetes drugs, tell your doctor about your avocado habit. And never suddenly change your avocado intake without guidance. Your body, especially if you have a chronic condition, is sensitive to these changes. To me, the most valuable thing in eating isn't whether you eat a lot or a little. It's whether you eat in a way that matches your health. Avocados can be your best friend, or they can mess things up if you don't understand your body and your medication. Let every avocado bite be part of smart self-care, not a hidden health risk. If you've noticed changes in your health after adding avocado to your diet while on medication, share your story. You might save someone else from an unnecessary scare. Mistake number 6. When eating avocados is tied to something you might not have heard of. A toxin called persin. Most people just know avocados are nutritious, but in fact, every part of the avocado plant, leaves, skin pit, even roots, contains persin. Persin is a natural compound the plant uses as a defense against mold and pests. In the ripe flesh we normally eat, the amount is low and generally safe for most people. But that doesn't mean you can eat any part of the plant without worry. I once met a man in Long An who heard from a neighbor that soaking avocado pits in alcohol was good for joint pain. He tried it, and after a few days of drinking it, he felt tired, nauseous, and had digestive problems. Tests showed mild liver damage. The culprit was persin in the avocado pit, which isn't meant for human consumption. In animals, persin can damage the heart, cause mastitis, and even be fatal. Humans tolerate it better, but if you have liver disease, heart problems, or poor detox function, the risk is much higher. Large amounts over time can cause toxin buildup and stress your liver. So my advice is never eat avocado leaves, skin, or pits in any form, whether boiled as tea or soaked in alcohol. The ripe flesh is fine in moderation. If you eat avocados daily, give your body a break. Say 5 days on, 2 days off, so your liver and digestive system can clear any leftover compounds. And if you notice fatigue, digestive issues, or skin itching after eating avocado for many days straight, stop and get checked. Friends, avocados are a wonderful gift from nature, but even the best gift needs to be used wisely. With just a bit of restraint and knowledge, you can enjoy their deliciousness while keeping your body safe. If you've ever seen or heard of someone eating avocado leaves or pits, share this info. You might be saving them from a serious health risk. Mistake number 7. When eating avocados, aunties and uncles is a risk many people have never even heard of. Cross-reactive allergy between avocados and latex. Sounds strange, right? But for those allergic to natural rubber latex, this can be a very serious issue. I remember one patient in his early 60s who had worked in healthcare for years, constantly using latex gloves. He loved avocados, but one day after eating half of a ripe one, he felt a tingling itch in his mouth and a slight scratchiness in his throat. Within 30 minutes his lips were swollen, his face flushed, and he was struggling to breathe. His family rushed him to the ER, and the doctor confirmed it was latex fruit cross-reactivity. The mechanism is fascinating but dangerous. Avocados contain certain proteins similar in structure to proteins in natural latex. In people allergic to latex, the immune system has memorized these proteins as enemies. So when they eat avocado, the body mistakes those proteins for latex and reacts, triggering allergy symptoms. For some, it's just an itchy mouth. For others, it can be a full-body reaction leading to anaphylaxis, a life-threatening emergency. The tricky part is that many people have no idea they're allergic to latex, especially if they've never reacted to gloves or other latex products. And sometimes mild avocado allergy signs get brushed off until a more severe episode puts their health at real risk. So how can you prevent it? If you've ever had allergic reactions to latex gloves, balloons, or other rubber products, be cautious with avocados and certain fruits like bananas, kiwi, or papaya. If after eating avocado you notice itching in the mouth, throat irritation, or swelling of the lips, even mild, stop and get checked by an allergy specialist. And if you ever have trouble breathing, dizziness, or full-body hives, call emergency services immediately. Aunties and uncles, I know avocados are a favorite for many, but even things we love need limits. Cross-reactive allergy isn't something to joke about, and prevention is always easier than treatment. A bit of caution and one allergy test could let you enjoy avocado's rich, creamy taste without worry. If you've ever experienced this, or know someone allergic to avocado, share your story in the comments. It could help someone else recognize the danger before it's too late. Now, mistake number 8. When eating avocados comes from a habit that seems harmless. Eating avocado on an empty stomach. Many think, first thing in the morning, empty belly, a creamy slice of avocado is quick and healthy. But for people with sensitive stomachs, this can be an unpleasant shock. I recall a patient in her 50s from Jongthap who had mild gastritis. She told me one morning she woke up early, hadn't eaten yet, saw a perfectly ripe avocado on the table, and blended it with a little milk for a quick breakfast. Less than 20 minutes later, she had cramping, bloating, and nausea. While the discomfort eased later, the fatigue lingered all morning. You see, avocados are high in fat. Healthy fats, yes. But when your stomach is empty, it has to work harder to digest them. For younger people, a strong digestive system might handle it fine. But in older adults, stomach acid is secreted more slowly, and digestive enzymes are reduced, so fat stays longer in the stomach, causing bloating, indigestion, and even nausea. Worse still, eating a lot of fat on an empty stomach can trigger strong contractions of the gallbladder, potentially causing pain in those with gallstones or undiagnosed bile duct issues. I've had a patient who didn't even know she had gallstones until one morning, after a big avocado smoothie on an empty stomach, she ended up in the hospital with severe pain in her right upper abdomen. So what's the best approach? If you want avocado, give your stomach a starter first. A slice of bread, a few bites of sweet potato, or a little thin porridge. This way, the fats in avocado mix with other foods, easing digestion. Ideally, eat avocado mid-morning or in the afternoon when you're neither too hungry nor too full, so your body absorbs the nutrients better and avoids discomfort. Aunties and uncles, think of your health like a well-used machine. To keep it running smoothly, you need to start it gently, not rev it up suddenly. Eating avocado at the right time helps you get its full benefits without putting unnecessary strain on your stomach and gallbladder. If you've ever felt stomach discomfort after eating avocado on an empty stomach, try changing when and how you eat it. Sometimes a small tweak can make it both delicious and gentle on your body. Mistake number 9 when eating avocados comes from pairing them with the wrong kinds of foods. Avocados are already rich in healthy fats and calories, but many people unknowingly eat them with foods high in simple sugars or heavy in other fats, turning a healthy snack into a not-so-healthy one. I had a patient in his 60s from Tianjin who loved avocado smoothies. But instead of blending avocado with just milk or water, he added sweetened condensed milk, heavy cream, and sugar. He said, "It tastes so creamy and satisfying." But after a few months, his blood sugar spiked, and he gained weight even though he ate healthy meals otherwise. The real culprit was the sugar and calories piling up from that smoothie. Think of it this way. Avocado's healthy fats are great, but when you pair them with simple sugars like condensed milk syrup or sweet ice cream, that sugar gets absorbed quickly into your blood-spiking blood sugar levels. At the same time, the fats slow digestion, so your body has to process both sugar and fat together, putting a big load on your liver, pancreas, and digestive system. For older adults or those with diabetes, fatty liver, or heart disease, this is a double burden. It's not just sugar. Many also combine avocado with already oily foods like cheese and avocado sandwiches, salads with both olive oil and avocado, or avocado with fatty meats. This can easily push your daily calories over the limit, leading to weight gain and abnormal cholesterol. One slice of bread with avocado already has a good amount of energy. Add a thick layer of cheese and bacon, and you're way over a reasonable meal's calorie count. The fix is actually super simple. If you want your avocado sweet, go for natural sweetness, like ripe bananas, mango, or a drizzle of honey, and keep it in moderation. If you're having avocado in a savory dish, cut back on, or skip the extra oil cheese or mayonnaise so you're not stacking up too much fat. Remember, avocado is already rich and creamy on its own. You don't need to pile on more fat just to boost the flavor. Friends, eating smart doesn't mean cutting out the foods you love. It's about knowing how to pair them so they're both delicious and safe for your health. Avocado can be a great friend, as long as we don't force it to tag along with things that make the combo not so healthy. If you've been pairing avocado with loads of sugar or fat, try switching it up for a few weeks and see how your body feels. You might be pleasantly surprised. Lighter, healthier, and still just as happy with every creamy bite. Now, after talking about the mistakes that can turn avocado from a good friend into a troublemaker for your health, let's shift to something brighter. The benefits of avocado when you eat it the right way. Because despite all the cautions, avocado is still a wonderful gift from nature if we treat it right. Picture this: every soft golden slice of avocado not only pleases your taste buds, but quietly works behind the scenes to lower bad cholesterol, protect your blood vessels, and keep your heart strong. Many studies show that the healthy fats in avocado, especially oleic acid, can lower LDL while maintaining or even boosting HDL, the good cholesterol. If you're worried about blood pressure, avocado can also be a trustworthy ally. It's high in potassium, which helps counter the effects of sodium and supports more stable blood pressure. Of course, if you're on heart medications, you'll still need to check with your doctor. But used wisely, this is a real plus for your cardiovascular health. And what about your eyes? At this age, a lot of us notice our vision slipping, squinting at books, feeling bothered by bright lights. Avocado contains lutein and zeaxanthin, two antioxidants that help protect your eyes, lowering the risk of macular degeneration and cataracts. I often joke with my patients, eating avocado won't make you younger, but it can help you see the world clearly for longer. Another fun fact: avocado helps you absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K from other foods. That means if you add avocado to your salad, your body can hold on to more of those vitamins instead of letting them pass through unused. It's a simple nutrition trick that a lot of people don't know. Still, moderation matters. The safe portion I recommend is about 1/3 to 1/2 of an avocado, roughly 50–80 grams, eaten 3 to 4 times a week. The key is variety. Mix it up with other foods so your body gets a balance of nutrients. Avocado is great, but don't let it hog the spotlight in your menu. Friends, health isn't just about what we eat, but how we eat it. Eating avocado the right way is like caring for a plant. The right amount of water, the right amount of sun, and a mix of other flowers to keep the garden beautiful. My hope is that after this video, whenever you hold an avocado, you'll think not only of its creamy taste, but also of the deeper benefits it can bring, if you treat it well. And if you have a favorite avocado dish, tell me in the comments. Who knows? Your idea might inspire someone else to start their own healthy, happy eating journey. Friends, today we've gone through 9 common mistakes people make with avocados without realizing it. From ignoring persin toxin in the leaves, skin, and pit, to falling into the calorie trap of eating too much. From the surprising but risky latex cross allergy to the risk of bacterial contamination from poor storage or preparation. Then there's eating overripe avocado with high histamine, mixing it with certain medications that change treatment results, eating on an empty stomach and feeling bloated pairing it with the wrong foods and overloading on sugar or fat. And finally, ignoring your body's warning signs that maybe avocado just doesn't agree with you. Each mistake might sound small, but for older adults, when digestion, heart, liver, and kidneys have weathered many seasons, the impact can be much more obvious. I always tell my patients, avocado is a precious gift, but any gift needs to be opened the right way to be fully enjoyed. The most important takeaway from this video is eat avocado in the right amount at the right time with the right preparation and storage. And especially if you're on medication or have chronic conditions, talk to your doctor about your avocado habit. If you've ever had unusual reactions, from mouth-itching bloating to skin rashes, take that as a sign to reassess how you eat it. I believe that with just a few small adjustments, you can still fully enjoy the creamy taste of avocado while keeping your health safe. And who knows? That small change today might help you avoid big problems down the road. If you found these tips helpful, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when I post a new video. I'd also love to hear your own stories and tips. Share them in the comments. You might be helping someone else eat avocado more wisely and live more healthily. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Wishing you good health, good meals, and peaceful days. See you in the next video, where we'll explore more small but powerful health tips for the golden years.